Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Mary Ellen coming to you for your daily love energy forecast. I'm a clairvoyant person. I work with my spirit guides, and my goal is to increase the amount of love in the world by helping, showing up here to give people a little bit of guidance. So I work with my spirit guides. They choose the cards, and I stream the messages about what is happening for you in any given moment, my spirit guides are saying. So this morning, the first card out is Salmon, and that is about wisdom and inner knowing. So as the story, Spirit's saying, as the story has progressed and we have come into these days in 2019 when we're meant to have this great awakening, it is incumbent upon us to take up our duty, so to speak, to work with the energies that exist when it comes to love and that which inspires us in order to move ourselves into our own destiny, which is to understand your own purpose, your frequency, and how love energy streams into you, fills you, changes your life, and then out of you. So Salmon is the secret keeper of wisdom and inner knowing, who despite strong river currents will always return to the place of its creation. Its determination is driven by the wisdom of instinct and inner knowing, which yields a sense of purpose that cannot be thwarted by external forces. Coming full circle, Salmon medicine finishes what it begins, and it brings life events and cycles to closure. Salmon medicine honors every encounter in life as the gathering of wisdom. It teaches you that even when the flow of life seems to push you back, you can tap the hidden resources of your human spirit and your personal inner knowing. Beautiful. So that is the way that I set up the reading for my spirit guides, and I'm going to choose a card from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. We'll see what the shamanistic energy of the day is. So the Salmon energy is an invitation to look at the inner wisdom of each moment and to try to be responsive rather than reactive. And when you're having a challenge, return to the source. Give it up to spirit, give it over to your inner knowing, and allow yourself to listen. And life is challenging, isn't it? There's a lot going on in this world that we live in. Spirit, please tell us, what is the message from the beautiful Mystical Shaman Oracle deck on this day? They want one more shuffle. Thank you, Spirit. What is it you'd like to talk about? What's the love energy forecast for this day in which we live? My spirit guides say, into which we live. I like that distinction. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so there's the card. They want that one. That's Crow Medicine. Beautiful. That's about messages coming through from the universe. Let's take a quick look at the guidebook. And we'll grab a card then from the Journey of Love, and then we're going to jump deep into the Rider Waite. So that's number 13 if you have the book. Spirit's encouraging you to go look it up and to explore the book, they're saying, explore the messages. So Crow is the keeper of universal law, the law of essential truth. Crow teaches us to walk our talk, to find congruence between who we say we are and who we really know ourselves to be. This winged one insists that we speak the truth, that we create truth instead of searching for it, and that we bring truth into every situation that we find ourselves in. Perfect. Thank you, Spirit. So yes, these messages as they've been coming forward are about exploring the nature of truth, the nature of love energy. What is it really? Why are we born into this human world with a heart that vibrates so deeply, that animates so much of our lives? Causes us pain, causes us joy. What are those emotions? What are they for? So Spirit, can you give us one more message to set up the energy, to help us understand the energy of this day before we jump into the Rider Waite? And there it is. Look at that. Love it. Self-initiation. Okay, that is number 12 in the Journey of Love Oracle. Let's just check the book, and then we'll jump into the Rider Waite. All right. So self-initiation, clearly a continuation of the message that's coming out about returning to the source. And how do you initiate yourself into this, like Spirit saying, exalted love energy? So you are being touched by a wave of your own light in motion. Your own light in motion. Can you feel the blessings and the love that are flowing towards you from within in an upsurging wave of love? This is your own divine, pure nature. You can choose to empower another as the carrier of your divine nature, of course, and sometimes, if you are not quite ready to recognize your own divine essence, this needs to be. Yet at any moment, you can choose to recognize that it is you who are initiating yourself into the energy of love. And my spirit guides are saying the purpose of that. The energy of love is that you are a being of light. You are the divine that is drawing you forward into yourself. At any moment, you can choose to recognize yourself. And it's time to ask yourself, will this be that moment? Beautiful. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. So we're talking about how you are, Spirit's saying, how you are, who you are in these moments. If you want to be successful in love, we all have to go through a divine process that has everything to do with developing ourselves. Because what my guides have always said, you have to be standing in the center of your own existence. And you have to be willing to be who you are and to develop yourself one step at a time. It's a lifelong event, Spirit's saying. All right, Spirit, what is the message from the Rider Waite about the love forecast for this day? What is it that all of us love travelers can know that will help us understand this? They're talking about magnificent energy. And as I've been saying, all right, they want that one. There we go. Be the Empress. Isn't that perfect? Thank you, Spirit. I love that. So when it comes to self-initiation, initiate yourself into the clan of the Empress. She who draws forward to her because of her light, actually. She is, the Spirit saying, she is an auto-manifester. Because she lives knowing that each moment is fertile, we often see her depicted as a woman who is with child. And she has her love amulet at her side. She uses the energy of love and manifestation in order to create the world that she wants. So today, I think, we're talking about, wow, a lot jumping out. We're talking about ourselves as a manifest generator. Let's see what that is. And so Spirit wants to speak with us about that today. How do we become the Empress? Beautiful Page of Wands, so passion. What is the message from my Spirit guide today? They're talking about becoming the Empress in our own lives. As we come through into 2019 and we begin to move the energy forward, we first have to be the energy. All right, they want this one. See that? There you go, the World card that's been with us for over a week now. So there's new messaging coming forward. We're getting ready to experience this new moon in Pisces in just a couple days. And things return again. Look. Okay, so magic is at hand. And that's what Crow Medicine's all about. And we have the beautiful Four of Swords, but it's reversed. So, returning to the source and going within and having some rest. What my Spirit guides are saying is do not rest in complacency in this moment. Be present with your whole self. The clarity that you need has come through in terms of what's coming through these messages. So here's the next card. Ace of Wands. So we are talking about passion. And Spirit says it's time to get off the merry-go-round. Okay, they're talking about dysfunctional relationships. They're talking, actually, you know what they're talking about? Our focus in that place. It's time to focus elsewhere. And it's time to focus on yourself, the way you embody the Empress. I guess we're talking to the ladies for a moment. When you think about divine energy, and you think about the source, that which comes through the portal, Spirit saying the holy portal, it's time to understand that you are a portal. Have you ever thought about that? And it is time to put the strife down. Okay, so this just fell out in a lump. Let's see what that is. So, Five of Swords. So I think what Spirit's doing is picking up on the things that I'm talking about. So we have this notion of how do we move into the energy that's our birthright, Spirit saying, to be the Empress, to be the portal. Souls come through us into this realm. And It is time to understand that you are a portal to the divine. You literally embody it. And so it's time to move away from fighting your understanding. Because, Five of Swords, conflict, obviously. And you stand on it. All right, here's what Spirit's talking about. So how do we stand in our lives? It's easy to win a battle, perhaps. And then we see people in the background walking away. And that's not what we want. We want to stand in the clarity and learn from the battles that we have in order to draw love energy into the central place in our life so that it can do its job to manifest what is trying to come through. I love that. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, boy, they're just throwing. All right, you want the top one or the bottom one? All right, let's see what's right on the top. Yeah, of course. Look. So, all week we've been talking about what are we trying to manifest here. So, when you have a conflict and you feel isolated, you feel that people are not hearing you, they're walking away, it's time to use the magic of that moment because every conflict holds some essence of truth. Typically, it's time to go inside and try to discover, well, why am I having this conflict? What is it that's trying to come to me? Look, beautiful. Messages about passion, wanting to rush in because the world is changing. So, we've been talking externally, Spirit says, over the last 2 weeks since I started doing these little love readings. So Spirit wants us now to really focus on ourselves. How is it that we use our Empress nature? Whether you're a man or woman, we all have the capacity to manifest, to initiate ourselves into love, to get the messages about passion that want to bring us forward in this way, to come out of the shadows of our own lives and stand up and be present to create this world filled with the inspiration and the passion that we do have, rather than resting in conflict because in some way, Spirit says, because that's the easy place to be. It's much harder to return to the source and go within to find out why am I having this experience. So I think there are, Spirit saying, today, for this day, ponder that message. There are always challenges that come across us day to day. It's really important to use the magic of the Crow Shaman, that energy. Use the magic to transmute this. And we've been talking about that as well. So when I see this reading laid out this way, and we're talking about turning the Four of Swords upside down so that we're not resting on our laurels anymore. It's time to get into deep alignment with this Ace of Wands energy, this inspiration, the desire we really have, so that the Knight of Wands can come to us and respond to us in this place. And when you're looking for love, that is the place that you want to be responded to, Spirit says. You want to be able to be this beacon so that this beautiful passion can be created so that you can manifest it and it can come in your direction. That's what you draw to you when you resolve issues like this and this. So, Four of Swords is about taking rest to get clarity. My spirit cards are saying that we've had the rest that we've needed. It is time to come out and be present with the inspiration that we gained in this Four of Swords rest in order to get some clarity. And I love that the very next row starts with the Five of Swords. Again, we're thinking about these battles. Maybe we're having them. We can literally transmute them if we start this process of deep introspection. And you know what? It happens a little at a time. For most of us, it's a lifelong process. It's not something that happens. Spirit's saying the word Shazam. So we are human. We're meant to have an experience, and we're meant to have a process going forward. And the commitment this year, if you want to use the energy that's coming through to manifest shift and change and happiness in your life, especially in matters of love, it is incumbent upon each and every one of us to perform this type of self-initiation with the sacred crow medicine that comes from the source, and be a salmon. Return to the source. And so my spirit guides are saying that means two things. Clearly, we're talking about divine source energy, but we're also talking about the source of conflicts, whether they are internal or external in your life. And I think you are asking the questions because we see this here we see that you're doing it. That's the advice. And looking into the magician. So you are taking up a process and asking yourself, all right, what is it that causes me to come into conflict? How is it that I fill my life with relationships that create conflict? Is it me? Am I the source of that? That's a hard question to ask. And then how do you change it, right? You use the magic of returning to the source, becoming vulnerable, becoming honest with yourself, and that realization, that clarity brings inspiration. And then when you get to the point where you can perform your actions based on Empress energy and give messages forward from there, then you change your world. So Spirit, what's the advice? What is the source energy information from the beautiful runes? And that's going to help clarify, the Spirit says, and put us on our track for the day. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, there we go. Okay, wow, same one as yesterday. Isn't that interesting? There we go. That is about radical disruption. And so we are being asked to disrupt, if you will, the way we do our lives, the way we think, the way our emotions are encoded within us. So my guys are chattering about the way our electronics work. They're talking about our brain chemistry. There's a lot of information out there. Go check the internet about how our thoughts actually do manifest. And when we are triggered, if you have an auto trigger, Spirit saying, those things actually affect your brain chemistry. And they keep you chained into a negative thought loop. And then your brain feeds on the chemicals that are created because of that. And so it takes a conscious effort. I think that's what we're talking about. It takes a conscious effort to change that and to make your automatic response to situations calm and measured and loving. And it is a challenge. I'm an Aries rising, so believe me, I know. All right, so that is the rune Hagalaz. It is about disruption. It is about elemental power. It is signified by hail. Change, freedom, invention, and liberation, and Spirit saying self-liberation, are all attributes of this rune. Drawing it once again indicates a pressing need within the psyche to break free from constricting identification. They want us to be the emperor, the empress, pardon me, or the emperor. Okay, Spirit's making that happen. You know, we're talking to any of the ladies or gentlemen that may be here. Don't get chained in the ways I've been speaking about, but don't get chained into the gender that shows up in the cards. It's a representation of a thought pattern, Spirit says. So it's time to break free from constricting identification with material reality and to experience the world of the archetypical mind. And so Spirit's saying, you know, allow yourself as you go forward, when you come into conflict or you have fear or you have anxiety or something gets you riled up, let yourself go to the source. It may not happen initially, but make a promise to yourself. I'm going to utilize these things. Spirit's calling them efforts because to be in conflict is an effort. To change my archetypical mind. So the rune of elemental disruption of events may seem to be beyond your control. This rune has only an upright position, and yet it always operates through reversals. When you draw this rune, expect disruption, for it is the Great Awakener, although the form the awakening takes may vary. You may feel a gradual coming to your senses, as though you are emerging from a deep sleep, and we're talking about as you put yourself through this process of change in order to be a receiver and a transmitter of love energy and being able to come into the world in this place, to bring love energy forward to manifest our destiny. The onset of this power may be so great, such as to rip away the fabric of what you previously knew as your reality, your security, your understanding of yourself. Disruption takes many forms. Relationships may fail, plans go awry, or a source of supply dries up. But do not be dismayed. Whether you created the disruption or whether it comes from an outside source. You are not without power in this situation. Your inner strength, the will you have funded until now in your life, will provide support and guidance at this time when everything you've taken for granted is being challenged. This is one of the cycle runes. The term radical discontinuity best describes the action of Hagalaz at its most forceful. The more severe the disruption in your life, the more significant and timely are the requirements for your growth. The universe and your own soul are demanding that you do indeed grow. So Spirit's talking to me about the stages of change. If you don't know anything about that, look that up on the internet. It is a process that we have to go through when we seek to change the world. First step, of course, is always look in the mirror. Start to just look in the little places in your life where something inside of you, you know there's some change that has to happen. And it is challenging. And Spirit's saying, look into your birth chart, into your astrology to understand what causes you to utilize the energy the way you do. So they're talking to me about my set point as an Aries rising. And you know, Aries people, we are reactive. And gosh darn it, it's not easy to change it depending on what you have as your sun sign. So just, Spirit says, just check yourself. Love yourself. Be the Empress. Initiate yourself into your own energy and go to the source to figure out how it is that you become a vehicle of love and a source of inspiration rather than strife in your own life so that you will no longer draw that to you. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I really appreciate it. Please click the like button. I always forget to say that. That's one of the disciplines I'm coming forward into this year. So thanks so much, truly, from me to you, for the work you are doing. And I know you're doing it or you wouldn't be showing up here. So my spirit guides are giving you a hug. They're saying thank you very much. And they're interested in working together with you as these little moments of guidance come forward. So to manifest divine love, you have to be divine love. And my spirit guides are very eager to work with you while you work with your own energies in order to come into your purpose point and join the tapestry that's forming in 2019. Have a blessed day. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.